Once upon a time, I was a nobody. A nobody who always desired to be somebody. Not as a person per se, but as an artist. We all start as very cryptic individuals with no clear appearance. We're everything and nothing. Anxious amid the fog, we try to search for a path we may call our own. We get so caught up with forging a persona for ourselves that the search in and of itself becomes the very essence of our being. An individual who is somebody else all the time. A new face each and every day. Until we pick one that looks familiar, that feels like home. We never knew we'd find a face like that, this pile of nobodies. We finally feel found, and we wouldn't trade anything in the world to lose it. So slowly but steady it grows tighter and tighter until there is no longer a way to pull it off. It has now become you. Comfort embraces within yourself. Warmth. The search has come to an end.
This is who I am.
So you create and create and create until one day you realize that everything somehow looks the same. You go back to the pile of faces and try to put on another, but every time you see a face that isn't yours, you feel dread. You are a nobody again. You throw the face down and crush it underneath your foot. I shall paint, you say, although it is no longer you who speaks through the brush, but the brush through the filter you have created.
I thought now that I finally found myself, I will be happy. Oh, how very wrong I was.
You remember how it felt every time you put on a mask. So invigorating, so exciting to see the world through a different pair of eyes every single day. You dug your nails into your forehead and rip off this facade.
Now that I am nobody again, I can be anybody I want. Wait, hold on. That's not in the script. My name is Sharp Stacy and my pronoun. I do something wrong. No, Jimmy, no. How do I get out of this? You kind of missed the point, you know? You got sidetracked a little bit. So you're saying I can't be anybody I want? Oh, Jimmy, sure you can, but... Jimmy, this is not about your identity crisis. But the faces and being nobody, I thought, like, Jimmy, come on. What the... you almost had it, but you just had to cock it, didn't you? I'll just start from the beginning. Yes, hello, my name is Kato Yami. Now, I know you probably must wonder why Kato Yami. It's actually quite simple. Kato starts with the same letter as my real name, and it's short, and I kind of liked it, which is why I picked it. And Yami, well, that's quite funny. It kind of means something along the lines of darkness in Japanese, which is kind of why... Well, anyways, basically, I'm here, and I got these millions upon millions of views, and people love my work. Or at least they love who I draw, you know, which is kind of the point I'm getting at. I've been thinking about it for quite some while, and I found myself stuck in this loop. You know, I pick a character I like. Well, that's certainly not the case anymore. I pick a character I know people will like. And the process is just always the same, you know, this well-oiled machine just producing and producing and producing and producing. I just don't know what to do anymore, which is kind of the reason why I came here. See if maybe you got the answers.
Sir, this is Wendy's Manvelder, please.
Being an artist, you will fall into a routine one way or another, whether it's drawing every single day or treating it like a broken father-son relationship and only show up every now and then. Routine per se is something you just can't escape. If you think about it, our whole lives consist of it. You waking up, picking up your phone to scroll for a bit, you brushing your teeth, you reading, gaming, drawing, plunging your head in a bowl of water. It doesn't really matter. All of it is a routine of some sort. Now, maybe you belong to the older folk of gamers. Remember how easy it was to play games for 8 hours a day? Every single day? I do. I'm still far away from being old, but I barely can handle one of those days now. Okay, but maybe you never played video games in your life, but the same kind of principle can be applied to anything. Point is, if there's one thing that can ease your life, it's routine. The emphasis here lays on ease. Until last month, I thought that this was entirely good, but now I know that I was wrong. Coming back to my story with TikTok in the beginning, I know that I have told this countless times on this channel, but there's always something new that I can learn from it. In this case, it is that routine can be a double-edged sword, specifically if you're an artist. I thought I'm worlds apart between the past me who created one anime character after the other, lacking all sorts of creativity, and some things have changed, although I fell into the same trap again without even noticing it. It is one of those moments that if you blink, you might just miss it. I'd like to share my process of making one of these videos, and then I'd like you to try and see whether you can catch it. And be aware, routine in and of itself is not the devil here.
Once upon a time, I found myself. So for a short period of time, they can have the feeling they always looked for.
I still need a skit,
Here comes skits, monologue, and skit conclusion. Yeah. Okay, sun goes down, 6 p.m. Okay. Then said print on fire. Skit is on Tuesday morning. What can we do now? Hey, was geht? Hey, Ding. Musst du mir helfen, ein bisschen was aufzunehmen? Okay, we going out again and again.
Alright, if you haven't noticed it, it all really starts in the very beginning of making a video. It's not the shots I make, it is not the skits I come up with. Every single video is different in its content. But if we take a closer look at the script, pause, right there, where I make a placeholder for the word skit, I fell into a routine of structure. What I show and tell might be different every single time, but the way it's presented is almost always the same. It is not the what, it is the how. It's so much easier to notice the flaw if you're looking at it from the side when somebody's pointing it out to you. But when you're within, especially as somebody who creates quote-unquote content, you're almost doomed to fall into this pit. It's like poison because you find comfort in it. It is a face you know, so it feels like home. Leaving home is dangerous, and you might just trip and fall and break your neck. But only if you leave home can you experience the world differently once again. With my last two videos, all it takes is a friend and artist that I wanted to change that. On one, I tried to tell two stories at the same time, one being visual and the other oral, completely leaving out the skit in that one. In the other video, I included a skit, but it wasn't a dialogue this time. Here, I treated it like a split personality. On one, a tape recording of a nihilist saying goodbye, and on the other, a POV outside that bubble of doom. The essence is the same, but the approach is different. It is not what you show, but how you show it. I thought I was thinking outside the box when giving my skits a different situation every time. Little did I know that I was just stuck in another big box. Never did it come to my attention that I could have changed the entire environment of it. So I'm not saying do cooking videos and then move on to gaming, etc., etc.
Although there would be quite some creative ways you could convey a message through those, regardless of your niche. The point is, just like in the story of For Nobody, you'll struggle to find a way to express yourself, a way that resonates with you. You'll think that the goal is to find that way, but be aware, for it can be the very poison to your creative mind. You'll put a box above your head and only be able to see through that filter that you created, letting all these other opportunities pass you by. Ouch.